Hello, lovelies. So glad that you're here. Thanks for clicking on. So, today I was going to talk to you a little bit about making changes. So, a lot of people who come to me are in transition, and even people that don't come to me are in transition. I hear that word a lot these days. And everybody seems to be really on board with, changes need to happen politically, or changes need to happen at the office, or changes need to happen in the relationship or at home or whatever. But kind of the closer it gets in towards you, we're like, oh yeah, I want things to change. But then when it comes to the nitty gritty of us making the changes, we can be a little um, tricky about that. And today's tool is about helping with that because whenever we do that, we know we're not really helping ourselves. And a lot of times there's a sensation or the thought or the belief that, yeah, but I don't really know what else to do. I don't really know how to change this. And so this is a tool that you can practice and try all the time, anytime. I recommend that you try it more than once. um, any tool that you use you're gonna get better at using it the more you do use it. And this one's a very easy one, and it gives you a thing to do, an actual thing to do when you come up against something that feels intractable, that feels unchangeable, that feels so true. There's just nothing is going to change this. And it's very simple. It's interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And you keep repeating it. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Yes, grammatically weird and all of that. Just do it that way. And you repeat it till you can feel a difference in your body. You'll feel a little more. Sorry, I can see myself in here. It's really distracting. You can feel the change of energy in your system. So your chest might be lighter or not as heavy, or your neck and shoulders might feel better, or you might notice that you can take a deeper breath. So there's all kinds of ways that your body will show you that the energy is shifted. So when you think about something like, let's say you have a job where you get a paycheck, right? So people who I've worked with who have paycheck jobs um, have an absolute 1,000% belief. This is just written in stone, concrete, true, that money can't come to them except through their paycheck. And the ironic thing is that when you have that point of view, you will keep proving yourself right. And certainly the world will tell you that you're right, the conventional world that we live in. So everybody just try this at home. You have this intractable point of view that the only way money can come to you is through your paycheck. So feel that energy. Notice where you feel it in your body. It might be a tightness somewhere, or maybe a little not so breathing so freely. Just notice how it affects your body. And now, with your eyes open or closed, just start repeating about that conclusion. Money can't come to me except through my paycheck. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Whew, lots and lots and lots and lots of energy moving. Yeah. So yawning, bodies yawn when they're releasing and moving energy. Burping is another thing bodies do when you're releasing and opening up. So allow your body to respond however it wants to. And just notice how much more or less space there is in your system after just that many of interesting point of view. I have that point of view about money can only come through a paycheck. So pretty much all of us have the programming that says money doesn't grow on trees, and that we'd be foolish to believe that it did. But let's just do the experiment. Money doesn't grow on trees. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And this comes from a society in general. So let's do it this way as well. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. And the they could be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunts, your uncles, the church, the government, the business school. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Bodies. Lots of energy to release. Good, 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 good. So whenever you have an intractable conclusion, decision, assumption, belief, it has a terminal quality to it, right? There's no energy can pass past this point, right? And when you have this kind of a terminal concept, then no energy can pass through it. And what'll happen is that it will continue to generate itself as true. In other words, because you have the belief, you will continue to create circumstances and situations that reinforce the belief. And that's why everybody's so confused. They think that they have the belief because experiences in the world have taught them that that's the right belief, that's the right assessment. But the irony is that if you have a different belief, you're going to have a different experience. A quick example of that is you think of somebody like Richard Branson, who started his record company, his entire record company, in like his bedroom when he was 19 or something. He started Virgin Records, and he's gone on to start big successful industries. He went into the airplane business when other people were closing down their airplane businesses. So if you think about the kind of scope that and relationship with money that he has, for instance, and his sense of possibility. I mean, the man owns islands. He has Oprah and the president, Barack Obama and his family. He has, Desmond Tutu. He has them over to the island, for like a week-long confab summit. So think about what his scope of reality must be around money. And then think about the person behind the counter at the grocery store or at the mini mart. And just imagine, get a sense. See, you're doing it already. So kind of feel that expansiveness of what Branson's world in relationship with money is and possibilities, and then feel sensation of what the person behind the counter at the Safeway or at the mini mart, feel their relationship with money and possibilities. See, this is really, really, really different. So we're not making anybody right or wrong in any of this. It's just a matter of demonstrating so that you have a kinesthetic experience of the difference of what's possible. And it's also not about making somebody wrong for their beliefs, but it is an illustration of if you believe different, you can have a different experience of the world. So anything that doesn't allow that, we destroy and uncreate at all times to God silly. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. You don't have to figure that out. It's just let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah. See, your system, your body has a sense of what I'm saying, and it has that contraction and expansion. So you want to follow the expansion energy, the stuff that's yummy and more possibilities. So whenever you have, like I said, whenever you have like a conclusion, a decision, an assumption that closes down possibilities, instead of just buying it hook, line, and sinker and building a life around it, which is just validating it more and more, giving your life force energy over to this notion that may or may not be true. If you would empower it, it will be true. And if you don't empower, it won't be true. So try the interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Whenever you come up to these things that say that you can't, because you are an infinite being, there is no can't. All can'ts are electives from your higher self's point of view, from your infinite self's point of view. Or you can choose to live by the body's point of view, which is I can't because they won't let me. So everything that brings up, we destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion, right, wrong, bad on my. Yeah, so just kind of release, 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 release. And use this interesting point of view whenever you come up with a can't. So the thing is that you can't change what you think you can't change. So this is an invitation to experiment with what if that's not true? What if what I'm believing that says that I can't, what if that's not a true statement? What if there's another possibility? And interesting point of view, I have that point of view, helps you to start open up to, I wonder what this other possibility could be. So play with that and see where you get with that. And I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to also put a Mimi beneath here so that you can get the words for interesting point of view. All right. Thanks for checking in. See you later.